Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today we are going to talk about education in the USA. Especially we will talk about the PhD education in the USA. And my goal is that program I am trying to show to people who wants to study education in the USA, especially for PhD. It will help to to that people, especially if you didn't graduate yet from any college, you can find any information for PhD this program. Now, today we are going to talk about with Kim Ki-peng. She is a PhD candidate in Iowa State University in the Iowa, USA. And please welcome and join Kim Ki-peng. Um, Thank you for being with us. Please, can you introduce yourself a little bit about who is Kim Ki-peng and what she is doing, and where did you graduate?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Ki, and currently I'm a third-year PhD student in Iowa State University College of Veterinary Medicine. My major is veterinary microbiology and preventive medicine. As you can see, or you can guess, I'm a Chinese, and I'm from China. My hometown is located in northeast China. Sorry, I mean near North Korea. And I finished my undergrad in China Agricultural University, which has the rank first white med college in China as well. And after my undergrad, I went to the States directly to pursue my PhD degree. And yeah, that's all. That's a brief introduction of
Thank
myself.
you. Uh, Mostly you graduate veterinary medicine college in China, right? And I mean, my question is will be uh, if you are living any country except USA, and if you want to go abroad, especially in the USA, to studying PhD, and there is some requirement about it, right? And what kind of requirement you need to apply any PhD program in the USA? I mean, what did
Oh
you
yeah,
do so
I
far
understand your
for
question. Yeah,
application?
that's a very essential question. So first, to study abroad, you must especially for USA, right? You need to use their language. I mean English, right? If you want to study in other countries, like you want to study in China, Spain, or whatever, you may need to learn their official language first. So for English, the requirements varies between different universities, but I think the basic requirements is 12 for either undergrad or graduate. And for graduate student, especially PhD student, you also need a GRE, which is the graduate entrance requirement exam, including mathematics, verbal, and critical writing. And I don't think English is that hard, but for some people, maybe. So you may start preparing 1 or 2 years before you, I mean, make preparations for the examinations because exam takes time, either the registration or you actually go to the exam. And yeah, that's a part. Other requirements, including your personal statements, like you write a letter to introduce yourself and your study interest, why you want to study abroad, such things like that, and what's your opinion with your research or with your research goal, research plan. And another thing is maybe you need to talk with the your desired professor, your mentor. Like if you want to apply to a specific university and you know some famous professors in that college, you can just go directly send them emails to introduce yourself and asking about if they have any funds. I mean, as a grad student, you actually need the funding to support you, to give you assistantship, and to waive your tuition. Mm, that's
Uh, that's all. Yeah. Actually, you said a few things. I want to say that once. I want to repeat that once actually to people. If someone missed that point, I guess this is really important. If someone wants to go abroad, especially in the US, this point really important. First, you said people need to show to people officially they know English, and that means they need to take a grade for TOEFL exam.
yeah.
Then they
TOEFL,
need to, yeah, they need to take another grade for GRE exam,
yes.
and then they need to write a letter to send professor. That is including their skill and why they want to study this department or this section. And then they need to find a professor because some professor hiring to people, especially for assistantship, and otherwise they couldn't uh, apply any position in the US, right? Firstly, they need to find a professor.
I think that's not uh yes or no question because that's depending on your major. Like for our major, oh yes, even for my major, if you have a very high GPA, very high performance during your undergrad, you may not need to find a professor previously before you submitting the application. You can just apply and submit your application form online to several universities, and then there the college admission team, they will look through your application forms, and if you are really good and you have a perfect background like a 4.0 GPA and 320 plus in GRE, that's no problem. You don't need to find or email any professors previously. I can guarantee you will get some offers. But if you have some shortcomings like you do not hit 320 in GRE, you just got 310, for example, you basically you want to have some guarantee you will at least get an offer, right? So that's when you must talk to some professors and get some guarantee
I see.
before the application.
I want to go back to your graduation exactly because this is important for especially my students because most of them are listener my students, and you are you graduate veterinary medicine school, and you mean you are veterinarian like us. And what did you do before graduation? I mean, did you think, oh, I need to go PhD program in the US before graduation?
Uh, to be honest, I didn't think that much that time. I mean, I went to undergrad college between 2013 and 2018, right? That's a 5-year program in China. At first, my goal was to be a clinical doctor, actually. But maybe 2 years later, around 2015, at that time, I figured out I'm not suitable for clinical
Clinician.
track,
Yeah,
right? I don't, I wasn't that into small animals, and I also kind of a little bit scared of dogs because I was bit by a huge dog when I was young. So then I'm thinking about other ways. It's not because to be a clinical doctor is not the only way we can do as a veterinary students, right? So you can either go to um, study, I mean, something else, or just be some officer at customer working for other type of jobs, right? So I first think about big animals because besides small animals, we also have cattle, equine, or swan industry, right? And I tried some internships about cattle in some dairy farms, and I also just watched some equine practice, and then I figured out maybe large animal also wasn't my type, and then I was thinking about really tiny things like microbes, and then that's. But I'm determined to get a grad degree. I mean, when I first entered as an undergrad, I mean, I know my goal is not just a bachelor's degree. I need at least a master or better PhD degree. Yes.
Did you visit any country when you are in vet school?
Pardon?
Did you visit any country when you are in vet school?
Oh yes,
Except China.
I visited two countries. One is Ireland and the other is the United States. Yes. hmm
Which one is the first?
Ireland is the first.
What did you do that? What did you do Ireland?
At that time, I was sponsored by a company, and that company is doing some animal healthcare products like the milking parlor. I'm not sure if you are familiar with it. That's basically equipment to milk the cow, and and then that's why I went to Ireland because Ireland is famous for their milk industry or their beef industry, right? And I was there for 5 weeks. Basically, I was staying in a farm, and I got trained by the teachers in that farm, and I watched how they take care of the young cows and how they milk the cow, how they feed the cows, and also how they take care of the cows that going to deliver
Mm,
a baby. Yeah, that's all.
yeah. How did you find that sponsor? Because I guess this company supported during your internship. How did you
Oh
find that?
yeah,
How did you
that's
apply this internship?
maybe that's because I pay attention to some informations, like some news on the college website. But actually, that sponsor is not from my college. As I said before, I'm from College of Veterinary Medicine, but there is another college just near my college. It's called Animal Science College, and then this program actually is was facing to students from animal science, but it's an open position, right? So anybody can apply for it. So I saw the news and then I just write a resume and applied to it, and then I got sponsored.
To my mind, at that time also you have English, right? You learn English very early age your life, right?
I'm starting from elementary school. Yes,
Yeah, nice. How long did you stay over there in Ireland?
5 weeks. Yes.
5 weeks.
hmm
Do you think after your graduation, you have a contact with them, and do you think if they hire any position for someone, do you think do you have any chance if you apply this position because they know you who is the Kim Ki Peng,
Yeah,
And
yeah, I think they will. Yeah, this company is still running pretty well. Actually, the headquarters of this company is in US, in a state of US, and they right now they are having some big online conference, and I can still get a bunch of emails from their company, and they are very interested in hiring PhD students, and they also have some scholarships annually for all PhD students all over the world actually, who study food science, veterinary science, and you can apply for their scholarship. It's like 10,000 US dollars for the first place award. I think it's a good company. The company's name is Alltech. Yes, Alltech.
can
And
you put its name on the comments, please?
yes, it's Alltech. And if you are interested, feel free to Google it. And you will see the founder was an Irishman. And actually, first, his job is beer brewery. You know how to make beer out of barley, right? And that involves some microbe effect, right? Some enzyme. And then he founded those microbes can be some food supplement for pig, for chicken, and those animals love these supplements. And then he started to expand his business into animal healthcare part section, and then he gradually working with more animal healthcare products like to cattle, whatever, and then become a big family, yeah, a big business family.
Um, I want to ask you, um, did you visit the USA before your PhD program, or
Yes, I visited the exactly same college, same university, same college, and the same lab, same mentor. That's why I mean that's a big reason I choose to get a PhD in here because at first my goal was to go to the best university in China for my PhD degree, and I got the offer by the way, but that's my dream university, and I'm I was very determined to go to that university, but my internship in the United States changed my mind. That's
why?
why I come here.
Why?
Uh, I was struggling for a long time, like which university to choose. But I think the United States pays higher, and also, and
That's a
also,
good reason.
also, I have already been in Beijing, the capital city in China, for 5 years. And if I stay for PhD, that's another 5 years. I may want to change my environment a little bit. So I choose the other offer. Yes.
Um, you mean you visit the US the first time when you are in that college? I
Yes.
mean, before the graduation,
Yes.
when you are undergrad school, and and you mentioned it. You found that sponsor the same university, same department, and you came to US the first time for how long did you stay there?
3 months.
3 months, and you spent, I mean, great effort in that department. Then you talk with your supervisor, and he asks you for PhD program later, right?
Oh,
Maybe
yes.
maybe you don't have really good grade for exam for application, but do you think this experience before the PhD help you to get this position in that university?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the internship in the USA was sponsored by another company. It's also very big. animal healthcare company. I typed the name in the chatting um, part is zoonotist, and that's also information. That one is actually I saw the information through my college website, and that time they asked for 4 students to join the internship, and I applied for it, and I got the opportunity. And of course, that's because of this internship experience, and that's why I know I knew my mentor now, and he knew me also through this internship, right? And by the time I was working really hard for, I wouldn't say 3 months, but maybe 2.5 months. And yes, and by the time when I was about to leaving to go back my home country, and he asked if you want to get a PhD here, feel free to apply. I will guarantee you have a full assistantship, and you don't need to worry about anything else. You just need to get your TOEFL and the GRE examinations done and apply for it. That's all. Yes.
Um, we talk about the exam for the application, right? And GRE and TOEFL, something like that. Do you think how long people study this type of exam? I mean, for example, we graduate the West School, we have heavily courses, and this is same in Turkey as well. And people couldn't find free time to study different things. Most of time,
Um,
our students say, "Oh, we don't have any time to go outside or to do something," because we have heavily courses. We are coming to school 8 p.m. Until 5 p.m. most of
I
time.
guess that's what I'm using now. The English I'm using now. It's actually I learned from either high school or senior high school, not during my college time, you know. And for those examinations, for I didn't take 12, I took EOS. It's another exam, but similar. EOS is 0 to 9 scale, and 12 is 1 to 100, and GRE is 0 to 340. And for EOS, I prepared for 3 weeks, and the GRE I prepared 4 weeks, and I just took them once and I got enough grades. I'm good to go. But that's really vary from people to people. Like for me, I feel the mathematic part in GRE is so easy. The only thing I need to do is translate the English into Chinese and understand the questions and answer it. And I finished it, and I didn't pay much attention to it. And the full score is 170. I got 169, something like that. But for some people, they feel the mathematics part is really difficult. They prepare like half year or 1 year. I don't know. I mean, the best way to figure out how long you need to prepare for those examinations is to get real. I mean, the past years question papers, and then you choose a good time and you do it from the beginning to the end all by yourself, and you grade your papers by yourself and see how many scores you can get. And then if you if the requirements is 100, you already got 90 or something, 85, you probably just need to study 1 more month. And if you only get 60, 70, then you add 2 more months. And if you only get 50, definitely you need to study, and not only study by yourself, but also seek help from some other like organizations. Like there are multiple ways you can tend to help increase increase your English grades, right? You know.
Yeah. Actually, I don't want to keep this stream longer. And to my mind, I guess the 30 minutes is enough for this type of stream. But I have a last question for you. Then I will ask some question to our listener. My last question to you: do you have any suggestion to our listener who wants to study in PhD program in the US?
Okay, like, yeah, like if you really want to first the English examinations, that's the first requirement. Second is the academic score. I mean the GPA, right? General
Yeah.
performance. If it's a 0 to 4 scale, you probably need to have if you want an assistantship, right? If you are rich enough, you can pay your own tuition. Never mind. If you want to get an assistantship, maybe just about 3.5, I would say, like a 3.5, a 3.5 out of 4 scale. And that's the part two. And part three is you can have, if you can have any publications, I mean, doesn't need to be in English journal. You can publish some small paper about your research in your own language in the journals of your own country. That's an additional score for your application. And then contact to your desired professors and email them, ask a position if that position is available or not. That's the fourth point. And then the last point is just to go ahead and apply it.
Okay, I want to skip my listener question. Do you think when any foreign student to go to USA, people realizing this person is foreign student, this is not American, and do you think people thinking, oh, this is not speak very well English? Do you think this is a big problem? I mean, when I visit the US, and my English is not very well, still it's not very well, but what people thinking about this type of station?
I think I don't know how Americans are thinking about, but for my own thinking, I don't feel that bad because for most Americans, they can only speak English, right? Maybe some Spanish. But for us, as a foreigner, we at least can know two languages, right? Your mother tongue and English, right? So even you are a little bit poor in English, but that doesn't matter as long as people can understand you and you can express what you want to express. That's all. You don't need to care about what other people think about you. And if they think your English is not perfect, you can think their Chinese is not perfect. They don't even know Chinese, right? They don't even know Turkish, right? That's all.
This is not big problem, actually, right?
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
most of people thinking this situation. What will I do in there? How will I contact with the people? And how will I express myself? This is the big problem to people, I guess.
I mean, instead of worrying about those questions, you probably just to save time and study English harder, right, by yourself, and then you can improve it. English is not a hard language. You can you can master Turkish. That's more hard than English, in my opinion, right?
I don't
That's
think
no
so.
problem.
So I want to ask another question. Do you think what kind of difficulties did you have so far in the US? I mean, you are living in the US and you are a social person, and sometimes people can have problem with the different culture, different foods, different everythings, and different rules. And what kind of difficulties did you have so far? The biggest one.
The biggest one is I can't go back home that freely as before. Like if I were studying in China, I can go back my hometown like a couple. like whenever I want, right? But if you are study abroad, you need to consider the expenses for traveling, right? So if you are a person really can't, I mean, really attached to your own families, you can't not seeing them for more than half or 1 year. That's not a good option. But if you are okay with that, then there will be no problems. And also the food you can cook by yourself for sure, but you may it's not may not that easy to find the ingredients you used to eat, like in your own country, right? But you can still cook for something. Mm, yes, the cultural difference is basically coming from the eating part and the traveling part, and that's all.
Okay, thank you. Kimki, thank you for being with us today. And thank you for giving that important information to us. And thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the invitation, and I enjoy talking about those tiny things. I mean, yes, travel things with you and your students. Have a good break.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Our stream is finishing right now. And if you want to this type of video in the future, please let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and like this video. Have a good day.